All right, so let's not go crazy here, but I do want to talk about Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5, and I do want to make it clear, God, it's going to be on PlayStation 5, only on PlayStation 5, which may disappoint people, but I truly, truly think that will be the case, and if it's not, it'll be actually pretty surprising to me. So, all right, Sony Showcase, September 9th, right? Depending on when you guys see this video, I could have done a lot of other videos on it. Maybe this is the first one, whatever. There's going to be a lot of PlayStation Showcase videos on the channel leading into it. I'll be co-streaming it. We'll be having a lot of, different videos leading into it, and then once the show even is over, covering it. So I cannot wait. Hope to see all of you guys there, all that good stuff. But there's obviously several things that jump to the forefront when you think of huge, huge things that could be shown, right? God of War trailer is pretty much assumed, and it's just like we're gonna see it, we're gonna love it, it's gonna be awesome. Odds are, at least we think it is, right? But we know it's going to happen. Horizon even is kind of likely. There's some things you can kind of predict. Then you go to the wild cards, which I would say are really, to me, there's 3. I'm sure there's more that I just don't give as like Resistance or Infamous or stuff like that. They would probably be like another level as well. But the 3 I think of are Spider-Man 2, Hogwarts Legacy is kind of a wild card, and Sly Cooper, okay? And in fact, those 3 are the ones I'm making videos of kind of first. Spider-Man obviously is a big one, and I know a lot of people are very excited for it. Do we get a teaser at the show? I think it's possible. I do. I will say this, though. It depends on when it comes out. Now, there's no way of knowing that. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that you can only kind of figure out when it happens or, after the event, stuff like that. But here's what I would say. If Spider-Man comes out next fall, which is a high possibility, but not entirely for sure. If it comes out next fall, I think the odds of seeing a teaser to end the show is incredibly high. I would put it at like a 95% chance. And I'll die on the blade. I mean, if I'm wrong, people don't really call me out that much when I'm wrong because they are just kind of my opinions, my kind of predictions, which aren't the greatest. But, that's what I would say, okay? If the game comes out next September, next October, next November, anytime in the fall / even holiday period of next year, I would put the odds of seeing a teaser to end, and I would even go so far to say that, end the show. You end the show with that. That would be what I would do if I was Sony. They've done it. I mean, literally, you look at how they've done the last 2 shows. Last September, they ended with God of War, which is their big game. The one before that in June, they ended with Horizon, their big game. So they've literally gone 2 for 2, exactly how you would kind of imagine it. This would be, again, like actually the things that I'm kind of discussing, like if there was a new Infamous or a new Sly, but maybe not, like if it was only one of them, if Sly was the thing and there is no Infamous, there is no Spider-Man that they're ready to show, right? None of that stuff. I think Sly would be the thing to end the showcase. That would be, again, that'd be how I would do it. That would be how I think they're going to end up doing it. But to me, it entirely rests upon that. If Spider-Man does not come out next fall, I don't think they show it here. Does that mean it doesn't exist? Obviously not, right? But I just don't think they would do it at this one. I think they would do it probably, I would imagine maybe they try and do these every 6 or so months, even though it's been a full year. But I think they try to not do that going forward. So probably January, February, March, somewhere, in that section, I think they would do this kind of show again. That's where I would probably show Spider-Man 2 if you don't do it at this one. And that's simply just because of, you have, I'm not saying you have more important things to do. In a way you do, because you do have to prioritize things that come out like immediately. I mean, don't forget, they're like, it's a company, it's a business. You have to make money, not just in the future, which I actually preach on quite often, like looking to the future, but you also have to worry about the now in terms of selling games and selling reasons why to get consoles and get products over the next like 6 to 12 months. And if Spider-Man is not in that time, maybe you don't focus on it right now. But I think it's possible. There's honestly not much more for me to say than that. I would put it at, I don't know, I guess here's the thing, to end it, a little quick speculation, I guess. Obviously, next fall will have been 4 years since, literally, a lot of people commonly refer to it as like Spider-Man 2018, right? So it'll have been 4 years since that game. The issue is Miles. Okay, now I love Miles as a game. I think it actually was really, really solid. Swinging, all that stuff. I actually did a review. We've talked about it before, but I liked it a lot. But the thing is, and I'm going to stand true to what I said there, that absolutely pushed back Spider-Man. I mean, there's just no, you can tell based off of the them recording lines and them doing motion capture. Now, yes, the stuff around the world delayed that as well. Like I think they would have started that somewhat sooner if if that stuff didn't happen, if they didn't have to shut down basically motion capture studios for at least like 4 to 6 months. If it would have started, I would say, probably 3, 5 so months earlier than it actually did. But I don't think it would have started that much earlier. You know what I mean? I think very clearly Miles did, however you want to say it, get in the way, slow it down. It sounds negative, but it's the way it is. Like they sacrificed getting Spider-Man 2 out early to give us Miles Morales, and that's the state of it. There's really no debating if that's what happened. It is. It's more like, are we okay with that? And we're seeing kind of a push there, right? Even with like Ghost of Tsushima's Icky Island. Like, I loved it. It was fun. I played around 12 or so hours into it. I mean, I loved going back into it a year later, but don't make any mistake about it. It 100% slowed them down for Ghost of Tsushima 2. And in fact, I think it literally took this full year to do. Now, maybe not the entire, maybe they had like 2 different teams, whatever. But I mean, I just don't see a way how it didn't slow down the next game by at least 6 or so months at the very least. Same thing with Miles. I mean, I can't imagine Miles didn't slow them down. Now, do they have 3 studios? Probably in some form. They probably do have 3 different teams at all times working on something, maybe even more, honestly. But I think just, again, factually, that's what it is. So that's why I'm unsure about 2020. Like, in a normal world, normal situation, I think 4 years is plenty of time, and we would absolutely get Spider-Man 2 next year. In fact, I think we would probably get Spider-Man 2 this year under like a perfect, certain no stuff around the world, no Miles Morales, stuff like that. I think we probably would have gotten it this year or next year at the very latest. But because of those things, I could very easily see the game taking that additional year that we wouldn't necessarily expect, but now we would expect, right? So now 2023. So, we'll have to see. I'm not sold on it coming out next year. I'm really not, and that's why I've never been sold on a teaser or a showing this year. But obviously I want it. I know you guys want it. I've seen the excitement online. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all of these videos go up. If you guys want to follow me over on Twitter or subscribe to my second channel or support us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, the links for everything are in the description below, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all on the next video.